What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are continuing the dipping of our toes into the pool that is Honda. We are checking out Glenn's Honda Civic EJ9 today with a B16A engine swap. It used to be a 1.4 automatic. It is now a manual B16A, and well, there's a lot of drama, I'll tell you. So you can follow Glenn, EJ9 Glenn, on Instagram. He bought this car from his stepfather's mother, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a 1.4 automatic, as I said. And then gradually over time, it evolved into what it is today. A freshly painted gold flake red, super nice EJ9 with a B16A VTEC engine, of course. It came from Honda Del Sol. It is a JDM engine, the B16A, and apparently on the dyno it has around 200 horsepower right now, 169 newton meters of torque. It stock this engine around 160 or 170 horsepower. So I'm going to show you around it. I'll show you the engine. It is a very good looking EJ, this. I mean, that fresh coat of paint does magic, of course. If you compare it to our EG, this is like a new car. It's a 1998. They were built between 1995 and 2000. It is the successor to our EG Civic, and well, you can see that. It is definitely a bit more modern. It is a bit more sleek compared to ours, I would say. Well, a little bit more, not that much. We've got these little Rota wheels with around that Zestino semi-slick tires. Greg 07 RS, if I'm reading that right. And these are 195 section tires on a 15-inch wheel. It's a nice little wheel, looks good, with burnt titanium caps. And as you can see, some substantial spacers, because they are very wide. At the rear, what is that, 195 as well? Yeah. So quite a nice look, and the car has been built basically for track driving, I would say, but it's more like a show car. But he does have like the sway bar, traction bar stuff, and the semi-slick tires. So at the rear, big spoiler here, and nice little gold flake in the logo as well. And you can see the SRS exhaust, so it's a 2.5-inch exhaust to the rear after a new exhaust manifold as well, or headers I should say. And in the rear you can see that it has a rear seat delete basically, and a nice DC Sports strut bar. Even more strut bracing up here. That does look cool. So, moving on to the engine, of course. The most important part. So, wow, those are some powerful springs there. Wow, holy moly, look at that. That looks so sick. So we've got hard race bracing down there, sway bars, traction bars. That looks so clean. Oh my god. So as I said, a B16 A engine, so a 1.6 liter with VTEC. It has a very audible VTEC, so it's very loud, the VTEC. And wow, this is, I was not expecting it to look this beautiful under here. That is honestly, Glenn, props to you. That looks sick. So we've got a Skunk 2 Ultra inlet manifold. We've got Skunk 2 camshaft and cam gears as well. And then I can see the innovative mounts, engine mounts there. Some adjustable springs, D2, or dampers I should say. Not going to touch that too much. As I said, those SRS headers. And then we've got SuperTech valve springs with titanium retainers as well. Intake up here as well. I mean, this is so clean. There's so much space here as well. That is really cool. Koyo rod. That looks pretty decent as well. So we didn't even get all the mods, all the parts for this car, but it looks Really, really stunning. I can see so many different things. And of course the obligatory titanium bolts, that does fit this car super well. But Glenn, I have to say, this looks amazing. Good job. And as I said, it has a tune on it. So on the dyno apparently it did like 200 horsepower. But we're going to find out on the Autobahn what that is like. EJ9 Glenn, go check him out. And then one of my favorite things about this entire car, the seats. Look at these super cute retro Recaros from an Evo 4, and they are marvelous. They are super supportive, comfy, nice high shoulder bolstering, super high thigh bolstering as well. This is just perfect. Seating position is absolutely spot on. I'm sitting nice and low. This is really, really good. And then we have this personal steering wheel as well, nice and small with a spacer on there. This is super nice. New dash as well, and then yeah, as I said, rear seat delete because race car. So let's start it up. We do have a co-driver today, of course.
What's up, guys?
Because we don't have a rear seat. No power steering, no ABS. Proper hardcore driving. And a very nice gear lever as well, or shifter. So let's find out what it is like on this little B road. Because it weighs like 860 kilos dry, which is not a lot. And with 200 horsepower it should be quite quick. VTEC just kicked in, yo. So it is a very intense VTEC in this car, but it's mostly sound, as I said. So it's not really that extra power you get from that variable valve timing and lift system, or whatever it's called. It's mostly sound. Oh, but that is 9,000 RPM. That is super loud. Oh, it does have a lot of grip. Maybe even a bit too much grip. Because it means that it's just always like hooking up. So if we do a launch control, we're not going to do that with the cows. I mean, they do like VTEC, of course they are cows, so they do like VTEC, but it's a bit too loud for them. It does have that quintessential Honda sound. A little bit of a rasp. And it also has that typical effect on German cyclists and people walking around here. It's that super quintessential VTEC sound. It really has that effect on people. It's not a good effect. Anyway, it has launch control, which sounds epic. So if you hold the throttle and then all the way down, you get some nice bangs, but it doesn't really work because it bogs down immediately, because you just grip and it doesn't have enough power to like pull through that initial loss of traction. But it does sound super cool, but it's not the fastest way to leave the drive-through, basically. It's so loud. It does have better steering than our car, our EG with the K20. I think this has better steering. A bit. Yeah, it's a bit more direct. I mean, that car is like driving a bus, so it's not hard to be better, but oh, it is very slow though. At least when that VTEC kicks in, you do have the feeling that you're going faster, but not a lot is happening. And especially before VTEC kicks in, nothing happens.
What's the story behind this situation?
Why?
They're looking for something in the field.
What? What are they looking for? What do you lose on a B road where you can drive 100 kilometers an hour? Okay, so we're going to hit the Autobahn. But it is very busy today because it is Labor Day in Germany. Apparently that is a holiday, so it's super busy. So let's find out. Full throttle. There we go. VTEC. But not a lot.
Can we have like an elevator music?
So let's do another little run. Oh, power man. Oh, it's completely empty. What is happening? How is that possible? All of a sudden, it was so busy earlier. But it completely dies down and it completely dies in 5th gear. That's a very low gear. Yeah, so that is why it is quite slow from 100 to 200 kilometers an hour. We measured 40 seconds, which indicates that it probably does not have 200 horsepower because this car weighs like 950 kilos wet. It should be much quicker with 200 plus horsepower. So I'm not sure what's happening because it does have, you know, it should have 160, 170 horsepower stock, this B16A, and then you have all those parts, camshaft, intake and exhaust manifold, exhaust, so it should be quicker. It does have, you know, the gearing is quite long, so 3rd gear is okay, but then when you shift into 4th, you can feel that's quite a long gear. That it's, you know, slowing down, and then 5th gear is super long, and that just means that it takes quite a while to get up to that 200 kilometers an hour. That 100 to 140, 150 is okay, but after that it really slows down. Brakes, I'm assuming those are upgraded as well. They do feel quite okay. But it's quite a light car, of course, so you don't need really super strong brakes, but this is quite a nice feel. So Glenn, thank you so much for letting us take out your B16A swapped EJ9. Really appreciate it, really enjoyed it. It's good for us to have like a reference of all these engine swaps that people do in Honda. So I mean, we're still learning. we're still dipping our toes in the pool that is Honda. So really appreciate it. To you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this review of our EGK swapped Honda Civic, and you can also check out this playlist of reviews. See you in the next one. Bye.